Okay guys, so today I am going to be putting an adjustable shock in the front of my truck. So as it is, it has a 5-inch lift already. I'm going to try to see if I could lift it about 1.5 to 2 inch in the front. Okay. The rear is a little bit taller than the front, so I am going to be measuring right now, see how tall the front is. Right now, to the bottom of my flare, it stands about let's see, 23 1/8 of an inch. So I want it to go up about 24 inches high. So that's how tall it is. Let's see. From the bottom of the wheel here, or the bottom here, okay. Center point here is 39.5. Okay. So let's measure over here as well. Alright. So center 39.25. Yeah. 39 1/8. Okay. So from the bottom of the flare here is 22 1/2 of an inch. Okay. So we're going to make it go up about 1 more inch. As you can see, the rear is about 1 inch or 2 taller than the front. So I want to make it about 1 inch or 2 taller in the front so that it'll be leveled. Maybe 1 inch, I don't know. So I am going to be installing the Bilstein 5100 adjustable shocks. Okay, so this is how it measures today. So let's see. It is 23 3/4 of an inch. Okay, that's 23 3/4 of an inch here. And okay, from here down, that's 40 1/4, almost 3/8 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. 40 1/4 of an inch here. And as you can see, the front is taller, noticeably. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So here it is 24.5 inch. 24.5 inch. Okay. From here up, it is 40 3/4 of an inch. Okay. So that's that. This is the new stance. I can tell noticeably that the front is taller. Okay guys, so before we do the installation of the adjustable 5100 Bilstein shock, I want to show you something so that you won't be disappointed. On the advertisement of these shocks, it says that you can adjust it between 0 to 2.65 inches or 2.75, depending on what shocks you have. However, for this model, it comes with 5 little grooves here, right? And so basically what it is about here is that these 5 little grooves here, lines, are representative by these numbers. Okay. The first line here is number 1 here, and the 5th little groove here, okay, at the top, which is here. See where it's pointing to the top there? Okay, that's representative number 5. So depending on what model truck you have, let's say you have a crew cab 4x4, see these axes right here? It does not recommend you to put to lift your truck or put the circle clip to groove number 5 here. See that axe? So the maximum amount of height you will gain is 1.6 inch only. Okay. Now with the axis cab, okay, the maximum allowed height gain that they are recommending is 1.05 at groove number 3, which is this one right here. See that? See that? That's the third line right there. Okay. So, but however, if you have a two-wheel drive crew cab or two-wheel drive axis cab, you can utilize groove number 5, which is this one right here, and you could put your circle clip all the way to the top, which will allow you to have a maximum gain of 2.5 inch, or if you have an axis cab for two-wheel drive, a maximum gain of 2.65 inch. So if you are a 4x4 guy, these are the maximum allowable gain in height that you can have. So guys, I hate to burst your bubble. It's either good news or bad news to you. You can take it with a grain of salt, and that's that. So hey, let's go with the program. Okay guys, so this is what I've done. To remove the strut in order to install the 5100 Bilstein shock, you have to lift the truck up, and this is how I lift mine. You have to make sure that it is stable. As you can see, I have placed my hydraulic jack right there, along with my jack stand. I'm a paranoid freak when it comes to working under the car, so that's what I've done. I placed the hydraulic jack there just in case the jack stand doesn't stand a chance in being stable. And so I have 3-point of secure paranoia security. So paranoia security is good. Better safe than sorry. And so this is what I've done so far. I have removed the sway bar nut here, and so now I'm gonna remove the rack and pinion tie rod end here. Okay, and so once that's removed, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the tower and also the strut, the shock. Okay, so I know I'm taking some shortcut here, but I've never, well, I've removed my suspensions before, but I've never done it this way, so I'm going to try it this way. Okay. Okay, so I got this thing here loosened with this little kit right here, and it goes in like that. Okay, and it presses it out. So that's done. So what I'm going to do is, since this is off, there's no tension here, what I'm going to do now is I am going to be working on the shock. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to unbolt this and see if it'll come out. I'm taking shortcut, guys. And if it doesn't work out, I'll take out the whole suspension. Okay. So comes out that way. Now I'm going to use a screwdriver. I'm going to hit that in actually. See if it'll come out. Okay. Then I'll use a screwdriver to hit that in. Be right back. Okay. Okay. Bolt comes out. so now to take this out. Okay, be right back. Okay guys, so I placed my hydraulic jack here, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump up my hydraulic jack so that I could loosen this. There you go. There you go. And I'm going to loosen that. There you go. So what's next is I'm going to see if I can remove the shock here, okay, by unbolting the tower bolts here, okay. And once that's done, the shock theoretically should just drop out, okay. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm taking the 3 tower bolts here out. Okay, and it helps if you have special tools, because it's really close, tight up here, and I'm using a Tecton 6-point flex head. Comes really handy here. The reason why I like this is because the Tecton is a very long handle, so it has a lot of torque when you need to use it. Okay, so here goes one bolt, one nut, and lock washer and a washer. So 2 more to go. I'm going to fast forward this. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have removed my coilover shocks, and so what I'm going to do here is I've decided that I'm going to be changing this upper control arm with my eBay upper control arm that I had before. The reason is because I'm going to lift this up 2 more inches, and so in doing so, what I think that what's going to happen is that this thing is going to angle in certain way that might not be good to the ball joint. So I'm going to basically replace this ball joint and this upper control arm. So I've removed my castle nut, okay, and I'm going to use my special tool to take this out. And that special tool is my 3-pound hammer. Basically, I'm going to try and knock this so that it'll come out. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Move the camera a little bit. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let me tap this to see if I can loose it. There you go. My special tool. Alright, so this one's loose. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be removing this spring right here, and let me remove that first. Let me fast forward this process, okay? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to pop this thing down. Oh, before that, I forgot this. I almost banged this thing in without removing this clip. So there's a clip right here, okay, that we need to unclip from the ball joint because it's a lock basically. And I'll be back. Okay guys, so this is what I did. I managed to pick this lock out of its locking position here. So as you can see here, I am trying to loosen this. There you go, it's loose. And then loosen it some more. Like that. Okay. See, there you go. That's the locking clip. Okay. Put this on the ground. As you can see, the way I did this thing is still reusable. And you have to have a special socket. It's called a big socket. I put this thing here, okay, and as you can see this, I don't know if you can see, but this little edge right here, this thing is not gonna go. It's not so big that it will envelop this thing. This is a 35mm socket, and so it's just sitting on top of the edge here, okay? And so because of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a special tool to bump it down. That special tool is called a 3-pound hammer. Okay. When you tap, you don't want to hit the little spindle here, the ball joint spindle. You want to tap on the sides here. Okay, the spindle is actually a little bit tall. It's about that tall. So you want to hit the side here. So it's going down. There you go. And so that's how you take it out. Show you my special tool. It's called a screwdriver. 2 screwdriver set, hammer, okay, and 35mm socket. Okay, so those are my special tools. So now this is like this, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to install my control arms here, and install the uniball joint here. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tools to take out the upper control arm here. Okay, and the bolt here is actually a 19mm. Okay, and this is when your your ability to have nice tools comes in. I'm using a Tecton flex head, okay, with a 6-point here. This will be this will be the one that I'm going to use the torque on. Torque it out. Okay. I don't know if you could see that. Okay, I'm going to torque out the bolt. Okay. There. This is my Craftsman, made in the USA, 19mm. I like the Tecton tool because it's extra long, and so you have extra leverage. And extra leverage makes for a more powerful tool. So as you can see here, this thing's ready to come out. And it's easy peasy, guys. So you want to leave these washers in there, okay? And the reason is because you want to reuse them. So this is my old Uniball. Uniball control arm. Okay, this is the Uniball right here, guys. This right here goes right here. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. Okay, this right here goes there, and then I'll show you. It's not really hard to build. This right here goes on top. Okay, but let's put this thing in there first. Okay, so what we're gonna do, there's these two washers. Okay, what you want to do is you want to insert this. You see this washer that I told you about right here? That goes there, and then this washer goes to this end. This is for the aftermarket washer arms only. Okay. Okay, so that goes in. So what we're going to do is we're going to fit this little really tight yet. The reason is because you need to be able to move this up and down, okay? Alright, so that's done on that part. Okay, so here I go on this one. Oh, not this one. Okay, see this bolt right here with the washer? I don't know if you could see this. Let's see. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or if it's too dark for you. But this thing right here goes in like that into here. Okay. Alright. So I believe that's also a number 19. It's actually a 24. Okay, I'll be right back to get the right tool. Okay guys, so this is a 21mm socket, and I pulled out my torque wrench and I'm tightening it to 80 pounds-feet of torque. Okay, that works for me, and I'm going to adjust it a little bit more to 85 pounds-feet of torque. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this is good. So what we're going to do next, guys, is we're going to install this right here into this right here. Okay, it's pretty easy. And let me correct my camera angle so you can see better. Okay guys, so I said I was going to install this into this. Okay, this is the Uniball right here. Okay, but I decided not to go that route yet. The reason is because I have not installed the coilover shock into here. So let me do that first, and then I will, after I installed it into here, the reason why I decided not to go that route is because if I install this into here, okay, it'll be kind of hard to put the coilover into here. So let's do the coilover into, let's put the coilover into here first before we install this into here. Okay, so now let's go work on the coilover, and I'll show you how to adjust the adjustable shocks. Okay. Okay guys, so this is what I'm doing. Basically, this is the coilover shocks, and what I am doing now is I am going to show you how to remove the coilover from the shock. Alright, being that this already has a spacer here, you don't really need to do this part. But let's say you don't have this spacer. This spacer is as a result of my this spacer is a result of my tough country lift. But you don't really need this spacer if your truck is just a regular truck with no lift kit. So to do that, I have to guys, so that's how you remove the shock out of the coil. This right here is that smooth adjustable built-in shock. Okay, this is that shock. Okay. And then I'll show you how to install it. Now, you know, personally, I think that Bilstein is kind of deceptive when they advertise these adjustable shocks, especially for our first generation Tundra. You see this? This is showing us on how to install these bad boys. Let me see if I can see this. Okay. So for the crew cab, it's okay to, you see these little lines, these little grooves. It's okay for us to put the ring onto the fourth groove. Okay. But for the access cab 4x4, it's not okay for us to put it there. Okay, the groove. Okay, each of these little grooves, okay, are numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot. They're not recommended for the front here. For us to, it's not recommended for the access cab to put this little clip here. This little clip right here. It's not recommended us to put this thing on groove number 4 here, but it's okay if we put this thing on groove number 3. Don't ask me why. 1, 2, 3 right here. Don't ask me why, but that's what the direction calls for. I'm going to stick to the manufacturer advice, for I don't know why. So it's really easy to move this groove, this ring up to here. All you do is just with the little persuasion from your fingertip, the fingernails, you can move this thing, okay, out, okay, into the next groove and the next groove. Okay, hold on. Okay, like that. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm doing. Okay. So once it's in this groove number 3 right here, make sure that it sits really nice and deep inside. Okay. With this one right here, it's just a plastic stopper. You're not going to use it. Pull this one out like that. Okay. So now what you're going to do. Okay guys, so once we place this ring here, Okay, on the third 1, 2, 3 groove, make sure that it sits flush in here. Okay, and then get your little spring perch here. Okay, now a lot of time you'll be tempted to install this thing in like this. Okay, but that's not what the direction calls for. The direction calls for you to place it downward like that. Okay, and that's how it should be. Okay, once that's done, you want to slip your boot, okay, in like this. Okay. I don't know if you can see me. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay. Okay. And so make sure that this is nice like this. Okay. And you want to make sure that this thing is, you could squish in like this, a little bit like that. The reason is because this shock is going to go up and down like this, oscillate. Okay. So there you go. I don't know if you can see me. Okay. Okay. Alright. And so, take out your handy dandy zip tie. Don't know if you could still see me. Yep, you can. And then, you want to zip tie this bottom part. As tight as you can. Alright. Once that's done, what you want to do is you want to cut this. And that's that. Okay, so once that's done, you want to reinstall this thing right here. Okay. You know, basically you're supposed to use this new one, but I don't like that. There's a reason why, and the reason is because there is actually two little rubber bushing here, and that's the reason why I don't want to install that. Okay, here it is. The way I'd rather use my old bushing. The reason is because, see this thing right here? Okay, it goes in like this, right? And goes in like that, and then this one goes in like this, like that, and then like this. And that's how this thing goes in. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And you see this part right here? If I put this, if I follow the direction, it'll be metal to metal contact here, and I don't like that. So I'd rather do this so that at least I don't have any metal to metal contact. And that's that. Okay, so that's how you install the coilover. And so let's go and install this into the power. Okay guys, so this is the fun part, and I'm going to try my best to do this so that you could see what I am doing. Alright, so like I said, we're not going to install this yet. Okay. However, we're going to install this bad boy. Oop. Okay. Let's put something up there to hold the arm up. There. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, I've mounted that in, bolted it in, but if you look here, the shock eye here is not aligned to this hole right here where it mounts into. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this shock like that to align it. Okay, see that? Now what we're gonna do is we are going to use my hydraulic jack to push this up. Okay, be right back. I'm gonna fast forward this so you know what I'm doing. Okay, so now we are going to be installing this. What we have to do, put this in here, okay, and you'll have to align the holes in here. So I'm going to get something with a plastic handle and adjust it. Let's look at this map over here. Oop. Alright. Okay, there you go. And it's in. This will take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Okay, this thing right here. Okay. In. I'm going to tighten this to probably 80 pounds-feet of torque. Right back. Okay, so you need a Allen, it's an Allen bit, or gosh, I'm tired. It's an Allen, sort of like an Allen socket here, but it's a Allen head socket. Okay, goes into here. It's a 12mm bolt. Okay, so okay. That's that. So now I am going to be tightening everything in, and hopefully everything will be okay. Okay. So I'm not going to tighten my whatchamacallit anti-sway bar yet. I'm going to sit it on the ground so that the suspension goes back up, and then that's when I will tighten my Okay guys, so this is the new stance. Supposedly, this thing has gone up, the front has gone up an inch. That's according to the thing here. So let's see. It is 23 3/4 of an inch. Okay, that's 23 3/4 of an inch here. And okay, from here down, that's 40 and 1/4, almost 3/8 of an inch. Yeah, 1/4 of an inch. 40 and 1/4 of an inch here. And that's that. This is the new stance. I can tell noticeably that the front is taller. Stoked. And you can see here I have installed the aftermarket arms here. Okay, so I gotta go tighten the other side. gotta tighten it. Looks mighty fine to me. So, let me know what you think, guys. I really like the new stance. The front is way taller than before, and I really like it.